Good evening once again, everyone. So, for those who have been here yesterday, we would have started to look at algebra part 2 and once again go over the objectives. So, first is review translating expressions, then simplifying algebraic expression using addition and subtraction, review of 2 basic laws of indices, and finally, a real life application or scenario involving algebra. So yesterday we would have watched this video, right? Unfortunately, we won't be watching it this evening. So I'll share the link in the chat for you, Tina, since you weren't here yesterday. So let me just do that right now. So that in your spare time, you can actually watch it. And for the rest of the class, you can also watch it. However, I'll just summarize this video. We're just talking about how we go about translating different sentences into expressions, right? So if you had a sentence such as, use this example. So for example, 4 more than S, we would translate it as, first of all, the number. So we have 4 and we have S, right? However, since you're using a than, right? We switch the order in which the number and the variable occur. So we see that the number is first and then the variable. So when you're writing our expression, we write the variable first, which is S in this case, and then the operation, which is more than, which is plus, and then the number. So it would be S plus 4 for number 1. And I guess get number 2 as well. So number 2 would be the product of 7 and C. In this case, number 2, since we don't have the switch word, which is an, we can leave the order to be the same. So in this case, it would be 7, which is, and the operation is product or multiplication. So it'd be 7 times the variable C, or in another way of writing it would be 7C, right? And as writing it with just the number and the variable, it is important to know that you always or generally write the number first, followed by the variable. If you're writing it with the multiplication sign, the order in that case doesn't matter because the multiplication operation is commutative. So you always get the same results regardless of which order you put the numbers in. Something important to note as well is that a variable such as S, let me see if I can get it. So this S or this C, they represent a number, right? Any number at all. So we're just using the variable to represent that number that it could possibly be. So we have gone through these questions before. Can anyone remind me of the answers for 3 to 7? Just quick answers, no, because you should have already had them from yesterday. So answer for number 3 is
Sir, the answer for number 3 is 9 take away X.
correct. Oh, well, actually, let me correct myself. It's not correct. 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 You're right.
Sir, it's done. So you would switch up the wording and you'd say X minus 9.
Yes, thank you. See, even I can forget these sometimes. Yes, yes. So we switch it because of the than. Number 4. A number divided by sum of 4 and 7. Anyone has an answer? No.
X divided by 4 plus 7.
Yes, but in this one, there's something specific that we should have. So we have to put parentheses or brackets around something. What would you put it around in this case?
Sir, a parentheses or a bracket.
Around which set of?
The
The
4 plus
4
7.
plus 7.
Yes, the 4 and 7 needs a bracket because it's happening before we do the division. All right. So just for the final three, since we really don't want to like redo it. So the last one, well, for number 5, we have plus number plus the sum of a number plus 4. So first of all, we would add these numbers. So it's x plus 4 and then multiply it. So similar to the situation above, we can put parentheses around this operation, the summation, and then multiply it by 2. So that'll be 2 brackets x plus 4, close brackets. For number 4, right? Number 6, I should say. We have the sum of 3 over 4 of a number and 7. So for this one, right? We don't actually need to put brackets, but it's a good practice, right? To put brackets when you have multiple operations happening. So we have the 3 over 4, we multiply by this because it's off this number. And then we'd add these two things together. So it'd be 3 for x or y or t or whatever number we want to put, whatever variable we want to put here, plus 7. And then we have the final, which is 10x, or 10x, then adding 150. And also one good thing to note is that since multiplication is higher than addition and subtraction, for number 6, number 7, you don't actually need to put the bracket around the multiplication or division portion because that would happen before the addition in both cases. All right, so moving right.
That's true.
Yes, because of BOMDAS, the brackets do not need to be before, the bracket do not need to take place for the 3/4 of a number and the 10 times a number. That would always happen first before we add before we add in both cases. All right, so this is another one. I don't remember if we got the chance to do any of these. So we can take a quick 5 minutes and just do these. And then we'll continue. So I'd like for you guys to try these. And I don't know if I can assign, is it all right if I assigned a question to one of you guys? So I just say the question and I say a name and then you guys can do that question. That's cool, right? No response. I'm wondering. Hello, guys. Are you there? Yes, Dante, that's correct. But you need to ensure that your spelling is, yeah, you need to ensure that you spell the word correctly. Good evening, Britannia. Have we started these questions, guys? You can let me know in the chat or you can raise your hand.
I'm having a problem with number 1.
What is the problem?
Sir, I'm not sure if it's because it says per hour, if it's supposed to multiply by 60 because, or you're supposed to just put the 35 and the number and the variable.
Yes, so that's actually a good question. So for these questions, you're not required to put the units, right? So mile per hour is a unit. It's a way of telling you what it is measuring, and you're not required to put it. You're only required to put the number and the variable. So you can safely ignore the per miles per hour part.
Oh, okay, sir.
And I hope that's clear to everyone. So in questions where they're asking for, well, in these set of questions, whenever they give you a unit of time, well, a unit of measurement such as time or distance or anything else, length, width, weight, you're not required to actually add those to the final answer you're presenting in algebraic expression. Just a number, the operation that's being performed, and the variable. Yes. Amanda, yes, you can go ahead.
For number 1, sir, is it 35x?
Yes, that is correct. All right, so we have a response for number 1. Would anyone else like to try number 2? All right, Jaden, you have your hand up, you can go ahead.
Sir, for number 2, I have 7. Y as in the variable.
Okay. Yes, that's also correct. All right, number 3. Who would like to tackle number 3?
Sir,
Yes, who is that?
can I go, sir?
Yes, you can.
Sir, would it be 30? Would it be 35 plus x?
Yes, that's correct. All right, and the final one, Victalia, would you like to try the final one? Victalia, are you hearing me? Not getting a response from Bertalia. So anyone else would like to attempt the final question?
Is
All
it
right.
x take away 35?
And next time, can you raise your hand or at least message in the chat that's saying that you like to respond? But can you repeat the answer, by the way? you repeat the answer for me?
X take away 35.
Yes, so that's correct. Okay, next time, would like to raise your hand or at least say in the chat, hey, I'd like to answer this. But yes, thank you for the answer. It is indeed correct. And we'll be moving on. All right, so that was a quick refresher. And we also have this, which we'll completely ignore, but basically the same thing that you did before. Probably a bit more well, a lie. I want you guys to try. Can you try question D and question F for me? Do you guys remember how to do this? To transfer or to
Oh, yeah.
transform? All right, cool. So any volunteers to do questions D and any volunteer to do question D and any volunteer to do question F? So Jaden, you can do question D, Jaden. We did yesterday, but you can
Okay.
attempt it again. And for question F, who would like to try question F? Dante would like to try question F?
Sir, I'm thinking about it, sir.
I don't know, but it was not. We did this yesterday. Not too difficult. Well, that's what I think. What I think. All right, Amanda says you did. Great. So let me know when you have an answer for question D and F. Have an answer yet?
I have the answer.
All right. Can you?
So I just need a clarification if that's a division symbol, or is it a
It's a
addition?
subtraction symbol for question D. It's
Oh,
a
you said D.
yeah, D as in dog. Yeah, sorry about that. D.
Oh, you said E.
No, D.
Okay, so it would be 5 multiplied by a number less than 4. No, sorry for the less than. Subtracted by 4.
You know, less than is actually fine. You can say less than.
Oh,
Because usually when you're saying the expression in English, you do not want to use the operations being performed. Usually. So you'd either say a product of or less than or decreased by, stuff like that.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna change it, bro. I don't really trust the right.
So Amanda, do you have the answer for? Oh, by the way, give me a second. So. One second, guys. All right. So Dante, I'm responding to you right now. So that's if it was wondering why it's a pause, yeah. All right. So Amanda, you can respond.
There is a plus with 1 plus a times a.
Okay. Well, you're correct. However, is there another phrase you can use instead of saying plus 1? And also, another thing I should probably mention as well, you don't necessarily need to say the expression, right? You can replace whatever variable you see in the expression with a number when you're saying it as a phrase.
Sir, I'm gonna join on my laptop instead, okay?
All right. plus. All right, so I think we all got a hang of it, but please remember, as before, whenever you're doing an operation, you don't necessarily have to say the operation name. It is easier because you know plus, multiply, divide. It's easy to say. However, it's not necessarily the best way of expressing it, especially when you're using English, right? People understand the phrases such as more than, increased by, times is a good one. Or if you don't remember to use those phrases, right? It's probably give you a list. Another thing you can think of is the answer or the results of the operation that you're doing, right? So you can say the sum of whatever, whatever, and you know some would mean addition. I can say the product of, which would mean multiplication, stuff like that. All right, so moving right along. How many of us were able to complete this quiz? I'll be honest with you. I was trying to go through it, but I did not finish it due to being busy and stuff. But yeah, how far did you reach with this quiz yesterday? Did anyone attempt it after class? You can let me know.
Sir, the link came off.
Link came up. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me see if I can put it back in the chat and we can go through some more of these for this evening. And then after this, we'll begin the next section. So I'll be sharing the link in the chat shortly. All right, so it's in the chat. Just let me know if you're seeing it. And when you click the link, let me know if you're seeing the quiz.
Sir, I'm seeing the quiz.
All right, that's great. Good evening, Kate. Are you hearing me?
Sir, I'm hearing you.
Hi, sir. Don't worry about me, just making some checks.
All right, all right.
Sorry.
So if you're all seeing the link, let us start with question 1. Wait, are we all seeing the link? Amanda, Dante, Karen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So by now we should be seeing question 1, which says the sum of A plus T. All right. I am going to allow you guys to have, let's call it around 6 minutes. I want to see how far you guys can get within that time. While you're doing that, I'll also tell you some more about the next.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Sir, I'm not seeing the quiz.
You're not seeing the quiz? Did you click the link in the chat?
Yes, sir, but I'm not seeing the quiz.
Okay. All right. Do you have any book or so nearby? Because I can share the link on the screen so that you can write it down.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So I'll be sharing my screen with the quiz right now. Let me know if you're seeing it.
Sir, I'm seeing it, sir.
All right, great. So,
Oh, sir, the quiz came up.
oh, okay. All right. In that case, I don't need to no longer share it. So, in the next 6 or 5 minutes, try to do as much as you can, and then we'll go through what you've done so far, and then we'll continue with the rest of the presentation. By the way, I should also mention that if it's possible, I'd like for you to at least reach question 16. I know that may not be possible within the short time frame that I've given you, but we will work with whatever you've done in that time frame. Just want you guys to have see if you have a clear understanding of what we've done so far before moving on to the next section. All right, guys, how we're looking? How far are we with the quiz?
Sir, I'm at number 10.
Okay.
I'm at 7.
All right. Amanda, which number are you at?
I'm at number 14.
Okay.
5 more than number is 6. 5 more than a number is 6.
All right, Jen, can you mute your mic while you do the quiz, please?
Oh, sorry, sir.
No, that's good. That's good. All right, we have just about a minute left to go. And you guys are pretty quiet. That's great. So in the meanwhile, I'll start sharing my screen again. Should be seeing the slide. We won't touch it yet. We'll go through answers, some answers first, and then we'll move right into this. All right, so you can stop at question 16 or wherever you are right now. That's fine. So where did we all reach? What question are we
Sir,
at now?
number 14.
All right.
I
Amanda?
finished at 18, sir.
All right.
Sir, I'm at number 16.
All right, cool. Nice. So yeah, we can just go through the answers that you have. So you can, let me see something. Tiana Murray, I haven't heard anything from you since class started. Are you okay? Are you hearing me? Is it possible to type in the chat? Just let me know that you're here with us and you're listening in. Tiana, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many of the questions were you able to complete? Were you?
Sir, I was able to complete at least 9 of them.
All right, 9. That's good. So, Ritalia, I saw that you dropped off. Is everything okay? All right, while I await a response, Amanda, can you start us off with question 1? Your answer for question 1? And Dante, you.
For question 1 is 8 plus x.
All right.
S plus t.
Wait, can you repeat the answer for me, please?
S plus t.
Well, that's not correct. Based off the phrase that we got here, it should actually be. So would someone else want to try? Dante or Jaden?
Sir, A
Yes.
plus T.
Yes, so it's A plus T. Sorry, give me a second. So the answer is, as Dante said, A plus T. Amanda, question, when you're doing the question, did you replace the numbers with a variable as well, like all them?
No, sir, I
I'm
was
sorry.
looking at the question properly, so I placed a variable instead.
Okay, well, you didn't have to do that, or you weren't supposed to do that, but that's fine because it's just, well, now you know, so I guess you can change over the answer that you have to use the number that is in the question. Also, one other thing I should mention, you should also use the variable that the question states. You're not required to create a new variable for the verb that is in the question. You can just use the one that they give. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, that's clear.
All right. So you have a hand up, Jaden?
Oh, sir, I wanted to answer the next question.
Yes, you can go ahead and answer the next question. Dante, can you take question? I know you did question 1, but can you do question 3 as well? And then Amanda, you can do question 4.
Okay, sir.
Vitalia. All right, cool.
Sir?
Can you do question 5 for me?
Sir, I'm not seeing question 5.
Oh, all right. I'll share it on the screen shortly. So yeah, Jaden, you can go ahead.
Sir, you mean
Oh.
question 5 on the test paper?
Yeah, question 5 on the quiz that I sent in the chat.
Sir, 1 minute.
All right. So Jaden, you can go ahead.
Okay, so my answer for number 2 is G divided by 15.
All right. That's correct. Dante, your answer for question number 3.
Sir, 5B.
5B. All right, that's correct. Amanda, your answer for question number
32 take away X. 32 take away X.
Yes, that's correct. Vitalia, your answer for question number 5.
Sir, 8 plus X.
Well, can you try again? Remember that rule that we have? It's in the box above the question. So can you please try again? What do you think the answer would be? It's a bit different.
Sir, 8 more than X.
Yeah, but how would you write it in terms of using symbols and the number and variable? The answer you have is correct enough, but there's one thing that's not correct about it, which is the order number that the word done is there. So in that case, we would.
Okay.
So I didn't quite catch that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so we would switch the number with the variable. So it'd be x plus 8. Can you try number 6 for me, please?
Sir, I got the answer for number 5.
Okay, can you?
So the order it should be in is D plus, no, not D. X plus 8.
That's correct. But just to ensure that you have to know, I would still want you to try question 6.
Okay, sir, I'm coming.
All right. Dante, I saw your hand earlier. You can try question number 7.
Sir, if take away 14.
That is correct. Anyone would like to try number 8? Jaden, you can go ahead.
Sir, can I?
Oh, sorry, Jaden hand was up first. But Amanda, you can definitely try question number 9. So Jaden, you can go ahead.
Sir, it was Tiana, sir.
Oh, Tiana, sorry. Sorry, I thought it was Amanda. Sorry, hand up. Tiana, would you like to try number 9?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. But before you try that, I think it was Dante. Dante, can you do number 8 for me, please?
Sir, I thought you asked Jaden.
Oh, it was Jaden.
It was me.
Oh, see, all that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right, Jaden, yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, so sir, my answer for number 8 is 10 plus P.
10 plus P, that's correct. That's correct, yes. For number 9, it was Tiana, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can go ahead.
Sir, 3 plus X, sir.
Remember the order. Can you try again for me, please? So the order must change when you have this the word than. And
Sir,
while yes, can go ahead.
X plus 3.
Yes, that is the correct answer.
Sir, is it fine if you put two variables, because I put pirate score, so I put it as PS?
You want to be honest with you?
Yes, sir. Be
Yes.
honest.
Technically, I think you can, but you should not. Not right now, at
Sir,
least. Yes.
sir, I got the answer for number 6.
Okay, what's the answer for number 6?
So the answer is P take away 6.
That is correct. Thank you. And we'll have the final. Oh yes. Let me ask you a question again. So the answer to your question is yes, but at this level, you would not do that. So in grade 7, all your variables should be one letter. So for now, we can just pretend that two-letter variable does not exist. It's not a thing. So Amanda, can you try the last question? Was it Amanda? Yes, Amanda, can you try the last question for us?
X take away 12.
Yes, that is correct. Guys, I would love for us to go through up to number 17, but the time is against us. So we'll move back to the presentation. Is everyone seeing it?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's great.
Yes, sir.
Does everyone knows how to group like expression, the operation to do that, or no? Any takers? Like,
Sir, I think you must I think I remember must add the one with the like expression, like if one like for 4y and 6y, you're supposed to add them together.
But sir, when you have the numbers together like that without any like, what would you say, like the addition, subtraction, or anything, that means multiplication.
So wait, are you talking about these, like the 4 and the y being together like this?
Yes, sir, and the 8 and the X, and then the 6 and the Y.
Well, yes, that's correct. But these are considered terms by themselves. So this is a term, this is one more term, this is a term, this is a term, and this is a term. So you want to group these based on two things, right?
Sir, it's like a number in the tens place and the ones place.
It's not really the tens on one place. It's more about the variable, whether or not it has a variable, right? So you realize that there's an x here, and there's no x's anywhere else, and there's a y here, and there's a y here. So these would be considered like terms because they have the same variable. Similar for these two, because they don't have a variable. So there's nothing here. And I don't know if you would have heard this term called coefficient, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The coefficient, this number right here, well, actually it's not number alone, it's the number on the side. Wait, let me clear some stuff here so we don't get too messy. All right. So when you're grouping them, as I said before, you group them based off the variable. So x and the y's, and if we don't have none. And when you're grouping them, you have to pay attention to the sign that each coefficient has, or basically the number before the variable. So can you tell me the sign that each of these boxes have? Can raise your hand and then let me know. Did you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do you know which sign each of these boxes have? I'm probably you might know this one. I'm not hearing a response from anyone. By the way, I should probably let you guys know there's a slide explaining it afterwards, and I lost almost. Okay, lost it again. Oh, undo. All right, so there's a slide after this explaining the process, but I wanted to just see if you could get a high level understanding of it, a general understanding of what's happening. So since you're not answering, I'll just letting you guys know. So for this one, it's a subtraction implied by this sign. And for this one, it's a addition. This is also addition, this is a subtraction. And this comes to play when you're grouping them, right? So because grouping them really actually means that you're moving the terms around. So this is the explanation, right? So we have, as I said before, these like terms based on the variable. So we have this and this being like terms, and also this properly different. Give me a second, give me a second. This and this, and then this and this. And the reason why they like term is the variables that they have are matching. If you don't have any variable, they would be considered like as well. And afterwards, we can simplify it by moving these two terms together. So to move it, we also move the sign with it, right? And that's what you see down here.
So, sir, you move all the coefficient like quantities together.
Yeah, we move the coefficient with their variables because coefficient really speaks about the number, and then each coefficient has a variable attached to the right of it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we move the 6x closer or beside the 4y, and then technically speaking, you're also moving the y, the 8 here as well, but you would automatically just come there since you move the 6. And then afterwards, you can perform operations on like terms. So what is -4 plus 6? Anyone can raise their hand and answer. Yes, you can go ahead. Amanda? Yes, it's 2. So yes, the answer is also on the screen. So it's, where is my mouse? I'm losing it. Ah, yes, it's 2. Yeah, you can see the answer here. And then with this, you add back. You have to remember to add back the variable. Then you have 8 plus, well, minus 3, which is 5. And then once you reach this point, there's no more like terms, meaning that it cannot be simplified anymore. Does everyone understand? Is there anything that's confusing? Do I need to go over it? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Please go over it one more time.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. So when given an expression like when given an expression like when you're seeing above, the first thing we do is we look at the variables that we see in it, right? So we're seeing x, y, and some numbers by themselves, right? And after we identify all the variables, we group the ones that are similar together. So we have this 6y and this 4 4y, right? When you're grouping them, we should take the coefficient with the sign that's in front of them. So the sign that is to the left, that is the sign that's applied to the number to the right, right? So this minus sign applies to this 4, so it's -4. And this plus sign applies to this 6, so it's just 6. Same thing for this 8 and this 3. So this 3 is actually -3. With this, we can begin the process of regrouping them. So we'd move the y term, which is 6y, right beside the -4y. And we do that, right? We'd also move the +8 in front of the -3. And after grouping them, right, we have these two sections. We can simplify these because they are like terms. And when we simplify, what we do is take the coefficient, which is the number in front, perform the operation based on what we see. When we get the answer, we add back the variable at the end and put it back into the equation. Same thing for this. So have 8 minus 3, which is 5. And then we put that back into the equation. And when we reach that point where we don't have any more like terms, we realize that this is the final solution and it can't be simplified any further. But don't worry, guys, we have
Sir,
examples.
I understand now.
Yeah, that's good. Don't worry, we have practice examples. We can how do I undo this? All right, cool. So I would like for you guys to try these out with the remaining time. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing this. Yeah, all right, we try up to question number. How many of you guys? 1, 2, 3, 6. All right, we do up to G. No, F, sorry. So everybody take a question. Which question would you like? All right, and
Sir, I like the first one. I like A.
Okay, Jaden has A. Dante, which one would you want to try? But yeah, Dante, which one do you want to try? All right, I'm going to rest. I'm going to assign you guys. All right, because we're low on time, I'll just let you guys know which one you can have. All right, so Dante, I would like for you to try question number 2, which is B. Natalia, can you please try question C? Amanda, can you try question D? And Tiana, can you try question E? Just take 2 minutes. I'm sorry for going over time, but can we just take 2 minutes and write the answers for those questions? Let me know when you.
I have A.
All right, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I have 6y plus 9x.
Okay, that is correct. I don't remember what the number I sent to you guys. I think it was Vitalia for question B, right?
No, sir, I am question B.
Oh yes, Dante. Sorry. You can go ahead if you have the answer.
A3 plus 8B plus 8A.
That is correct. Great job. Who was number C again?
I think it was Britalia, sir.
Natalia. Are you still with us?
Sir?
Yes. That's great. Can you have you tried question C as yet?
Okay, sir.
Amanda, which letter did I give you? I can't remember.
Sir, you gave me D.
D?
D as in dog.
Dog. All right, cool. Do you have an answer for that question?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can go ahead.
8Q plus 8P.
Yes, that is correct. And I'm glad that you saw that the P without any numbers is actually 1P. That's important to know. So you're
Sir, I
correct.
think I found the answer.
All right, you can go ahead.
Say 3V
Yes.
plus 6U.
That's not the answer I'm looking for. Remember that you have the minus 2U at the end. So you need to group those two terms, the 6U and the minus 2U, and then you get an answer for that grouping. So can you try again? That would leave us with Tiana. Are you here with us?
Yes, sir.
So did I give you E, right? I gave you E.
Yes, sir.
Do you have an answer for it?
Yes, sir. It's 6M plus 8N, sir.
Okay, that's correct. Great job. All right. Britalia, have you made your corrections?
Sir,
Yes.
4U plus 3V are
That
U.
is. Continue, can continue.
Sir, or U6 plus V3.
All right, so the first answer was correct.
Okay, sir.
Yes, so when you're grouping terms, right? It is important. I'll just explain this one more. So you would put these two things together. So it'd be 6U minus 2U, right? Remember to carry over the sign that's on the left because it applies to the number to the right. And then you'd add the rest, which is 3V. And then you'd only use a number. So it'd be 6 minus 1 plus. It'd be 6 minus 2. Let me see if I can just erase everything. So it'd be 6 minus 2. As you stated, that's 4. Then you add back the variable U, then you add back the rest of the expression 3V. So that's the general rule of doing it. Can you guys please like make a copy of this? I probably can share it in the chat. This is how you guys download it. So I want you guys to at least try the rest of the questions. I know we've gone over time, but it's a good practice. So I'm going to try to send the rest of the question as an image in the chat, and then you can download it. Give me a second. Wait, I should probably erase that first. Where is it? Give me 1 second, guys. My computer is just not working with me. Sir, let's see, is it? Dante. No, no, no. Dante, did the explanation I gave out clarify your question? Not hearing from Dante, and I really want to just give you guys a question so you can try it in your free time. Can you space it? Nope, cannot. All right. My goodness, it's taking a while. And save it on desktop. And then I can share it with you guys. Are you guys seeing the file I sent in the chat? Let me know, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
Can you download that file? And we have.
I've got it, sir.
You got it?
Yes.
That's great. So download that.
Sir, I took a screenshot of it and cropped it.
Oh, okay. All right. That's better. That's better. So once everyone has a picture of the question, you can basically consider that class is dismissed. Please try it in your free time as a class. And yeah, I hope you guys are able to also finish the rest of the homework that you have. Don't let this one take all your time. Oh wait, that's a good question. Shane. Good afternoon, Shane. Good afternoon, sir. Class is actually over. You joined really late. Where would a class start at 5:30? Is it this your first time? I'm not hearing you so well. I'm going to start recording.